Bro, we got my brother in the house.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I've been knowing this dude for so many years, bro. I already got grades, so I don't want to try to give away how long I've been knowing him. But it's been before I had grades. Let's just say that, right?
Yeah.
This dude is super talented, right? He's super smart. Mm-hmm. He's a amazing entrepreneur, right? I've always known him to be a hustler, bro, and handle his business.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We go back to, him playing drums for me when,
wow.
when I used to go out and perform, and like, this was my drummer, bro. So
wow.
Like, yeah. So he's been down with me for a long time. Always enjoyed my music. I always enjoy his talent, his company. Always been 100. Always been upfront. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And just a joy to be around, bro. Always happy. Always motivated. You know what I mean? Not a Debbie Downer. Like he's one of those ones, bro. He's good company. You know what I'm saying?
Company.
He's very good company.
I love it.
And I'm super, super thankful for you, bro. It took a minute.
Took a minute.
The schedules was so stupid, bro.
Man,
You talking about the three busiest people in the world, bro.
We've been doing this since what, August?
For real, bro.
Yeah.
So, man, Rob Hurst, bro.
What's
Give
up,
it
man?
up.
What's up, sir? Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And my brother been in the gym.
Okay.
He done got slim.
All right.
And now he fresh and trim.
What? Giving all glory to him. Hey, listen.
Y'all crazy. Y'all crazy.
Oh, what's up, bro?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Man, I'm thankful, bro. I'm thankful to have you in here, bro. It's been a long time coming. You know what I'm saying?
It's been a minute.
So what's up, man? How you feeling, bro?
Man, I'm good, bro. Just been traveling a lot.
Been super busy.
Shaking. Yeah. This busy is my name.
The connector.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? And you are definitely that, bro. So, man, before we get into anything, man, let's take a trip back. You know what I'm saying? Memory lane. Who is Rob Hurst, bro? Where did you grow up at, man? What school you go to? Let's hear a little bit about who young Rob was. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. So I grew up in Avondale. Ooh. Yeah, in the A1.
A1 from day one, baby.
A1, yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? That's my hood. A1 Golf Manor.
Yeah. So grew up in Avondale.
Okay.
Went to if you're gonna go elementary school, middle school, we
that.
elementary, Schwab, middle school.
Okay.
Aiken High School. Did a little bit at UC.
Okay.
So that was kind of that journey.
Okay, hold on. UC. What did you go to UC for? And
Business administration.
Okay.
Yeah, but I didn't finish though.
Okay.
I didn't finish, but that was my direction. That's what I had interest in.
Did you feel like once you got in there, did you feel like, man, this ain't, or was it too tough? Was it too difficult? Was it time? What made you be like, I can't?
To be honest with you, man, when I graduated from high school,
okay,
I had my first child.
Okay. Got you.
Yeah. And so pretty much I was on my own at 19.
And that changes everything.
So, you say, okay, I got to put that on hold. I think I can hold it down for my daughter, who is now 30. She's an entrepreneur. She has her own business, Bougie Nails.
Hey.
She's coldest nail tech in the city. So that was a big part of it.
Okay.
That was a big part of that decision. And then just kind of, when I got out of high school, though, here's what's crazy. When I got out of high school, my first job was Wendy's.
Okay.
These old-fashioned hamburgers.
Right now.
Well, I was in
that's in high school.
That's in high school.
Okay.
That's in high school.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's when it was on Calhoun.
Okay.
Up there by UC back in the day.
Got you.
And so I remember it was my senior year, and I decided, you know what, I'm gonna call in slick because it was senior day. And they fired me from Wendy's, right? And
now, how long have you been there before they fired you?
Probably about a year.
They wrong for that?
Yeah.
One day for senior day? I've been here a whole year, bro.
Yeah.
And you know what it is on top of that.
You know what
it is. But go ahead.
Hey, you're only a senior once, man. So
right.
I left there, and I'll never forget it, man. I was making about $4.25 an hour.
Yup. You just dated yourself. You dated us.
Right.
425.
Yes.
an hour.
Yeah.
And that was minimum wage.
That was
That was minimum wage.
That was minimum wage. Yeah.
Oh,
425. I
crazy.
remember that.
that is
That's crazy.
ridiculous to hear. Like,
Yeah, $4.25 an hour. So
man.
what happened? I graduated from high school, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna get started at UC. I'm start in the wintertime. Okay, let me take some time and kind of figure things out.
Yep.
And so I was at home and just chilling. And my father called me, was like, what are you doing? I said, just chilling. He's like, chilling stops today. Chilling stops today.
Yeah.
He said, I need you to call this phone number and I need you to get connected because, it's like a job fair or something like that. I'm like, all right. So
Shout out to the fathers, bro.
Yeah.
Fathers do not play around, bro.
Yeah.
He's about to just sit down and do. Are you kidding me, bro?
What do you mean?
Get your butt up, man.
Right.
Yeah. So it was funny, man. I just filled out, this little paperwork or whatever. And all I saw was $8 an hour. That's all I saw. It's like $8 an hour? Like, sign me up. I don't even know what the job is.
That's more than 425. What was it? For what?
425.
I saw $8 an hour. So I get this phone call and this woman's like, hey, we'd like to bring you in, for an interview. This is United Parcel Service. I was like, what is United Parcel Service? No, she said UPS. She said UPS. I said, what is UPS? I didn't even know,
Right.
Like the brown trucks. I'm like, oh, okay. So it's ironic because that's right around the corner, right?
Yeah.
So I went in for the interview, got the job, and I started working at UPS.
Okay, don't be mad. UPS is hiring.
Yeah, so got on with UPS, man, and we're just kind of working part-time. So that's when I got into school. I said, okay, let me go ahead and get into school. I'm at UC. And then, things were just kind of getting pretty intense. So I took a break from that. And pretty much, I was like, all right, well, I'm just going to see what happens.
Yeah.
And I had an opportunity, ended up getting married and everything. And I ended up getting an opportunity to go full-time at UPS.
Okay.
Yeah. So that happened. I was about 23, 24 years old when that happened. And so things were going well, as far as bought my first home at 24 and, doing all kind of stuff. And, but interesting enough, things didn't work out. I always say, what can Brown do for you? Brown got rid of me one day.
Yeah.
And so that was a moment where I had to make a decision. I had to say like, okay.
Now you was there how long before you?
I was about 9 years.
At UPS before they let you go?
Mm-hmm.
Gosh.
Yeah. I was there for 9 years, man. Yeah, but you know what?
You was meant to be an entrepreneur, bro. That's how I be going for us, man. It's like, it just don't work out, bro.
Right. It'd be tough, man. Like, because it's like when you think it's good, then it's like the rug kind of gets pulled from underneath you.
Yeah.
And not even fast to where you're still on your feet. It'd be could pull slow. And
Yeah.
you're just like, oh, you stumbling. You're like, what in the world is going on? Realizing that God is like,
Yep. You built different.
yeah, you not in the right
Yes.
place.
And it's not to say that these jobs aren't good for us because they teaching us a whole lot of stuff.
It does.
Sure.
Structure,
Absolutely.
hustle,
Yep.
being intentional on things, paying attention to details.
Yes. And discipline above
Discipline.
things.
Come on.
Yeah.
They teaching us stuff, bruh.
Yep.
So,
Yeah. Well, that's one thing, man. I mean, the one thing I can say is things happen for you, not to you.
Come on.
Okay. So at that time, I remember thinking like, is this really what I want to do for the rest of my life? Because, most of the guys that were close to retirement, bodies were beaten down. Like, do I really want that? I don't know. And so it just happened the way it happened. And so now I'm thinking about, okay, what's my next move?
Yeah.
What am I going to do? But I also realized that one stream of income is too close to zero. So I said, okay, I can't just have one stream like that. That's kind of like, that's not a good situation.
No, sorry.
So I became more open. And what happened, I found out that same week that I was a victim of identity theft. I had warrants out for my arrest, and I needed some help.
Yeah.
And so my barber, right, shout out to Lincoln Lau, who just cut me the other day. He was the one that told me, he said, hey, you ever heard of prepaid legal?
Wow.
I said, what is that?
Lincoln?
Yeah. I said, yeah.
Shout out to Lincoln. That's my bro too, man. Shout out Lincoln.
Yeah. So I said, no, what's that? He said, man, it's a great service, man. You can actually get it from me. And I went ahead and signed up for the service. I said, okay, let me see what this do, because I got to get it resolved.
Yeah. Yeah.
Long story short, situation got resolved. So I came back to Lincoln.
Okay.
And I said, okay, hey, you said something about, some extra income. What, what's
Yeah.
that about?
Yeah.
And that's when I started my journey of entrepreneurship. Yeah, in the industry of network marketing. And so I didn't even know what network marketing was. It was honestly, up until that point, I was just like, I always said no to everything, though. That was the thing. People always call me about something like, nah, I'm good. I don't do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But what it took was for me to have my own personal situation experience.
Yeah.
Because these were not paid actors in that courtroom.
Yeah.
It was a real situation.
Yeah.
To see how they resolved it, that was enough for me to see the value in this particular service, right? So that's kind of how I got started.
You started into entrepreneurship. What do you, and we're going to talk about exactly what you do, but I want to, this brother went right into the business. Hold on. I want to go back a little bit.
Yeah.
I want to, so before that though, I met you in James Temple.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
Church of God in Christ.
Yeah.
Bro, let me tell you something. So when I met my wife, Sierra, right, she was going to James Temple.
Yep.
I was going to a church called St. James, which was literally right around the corner.
Mm-hmm.
So I had left there after a while. That's when I first got saved. I was at St. James. Then I started going to James Temple with Sierra.
Mm-hmm.
And I was, rapping and all that, even then, right? Like I was rapping and doing Christian hip hop, of course. And I started going to James Temple, met Rob at James Temple, and me and him started getting cool, right? And I was there, I was there years though. I was there for a nice little minute. Bro, I remember shout out to Pastor James too, because that's my bro. And let me just say this dude heart is like, he's for the people. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ever need him, you ever need to talk to him, like he's always been 100. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I remember when I first came, and I had gold teeth then.
Yeah, I remember.
When I first came to James Temple. And I remember sitting in the pew and hearing him preach, right? He said, man, something to the effect like, if you really serve God, like if you really love God, he was like, pull your pants up, take the gold teeth out your mouth. And I was like, I can't take these out, bro. I gotta go to the dentist and get them like surgically removed. It's over for me then. But that was just so crazy, bro. Like, but then after a while, you kind of build a relationship with God for your own. And I know it's hard. I know he wasn't talking to me personally. Like he didn't even really know me. Right. But just in the moment when you preaching, you just want people to look a certain way as a pastor. You want people to live a certain way to represent God well. So at first I was like, I looked at Sierra like, bro, this might not be for me. I can't have gold teeth here. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I met you there. You was always the drummer there from what I know.
From 96 all the way up to about 2012, 2013, something like that.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Bro, and I remember I was like, look, bro, I was like, I'm doing this event. I was like, Rob, you wanna be my drummer? Like, I need a drummer. I think it'd be live to have a live drummer. And that's how we kind of really built our relationship was on music. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why this is important that I wanted to go back is because you introduced me to prepaid legal.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I trusted you because I already had a relationship. You know what I'm saying? And still, I have it to this day. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, man. So as far as your musical ability, when did that start, bro? When did you learn like, man, I like drum? And was drums the first thing that you picked up and you just stuck with that? Or you play other instruments? It was like, I just love the drums?
No, it was drums. So now we got to go all the way back.
Yeah.
All the way back. So I come from a family of musicians and singers and preachers.
Okay.
Everybody, so brought up in the church.
Okay.
And so the stories my mom has told me, she said I was already just banging on stuff. So her and my dad, they sung in this group called the Gospel Expressions, and they would be traveling with Rodney Posey back in the day. And I was a baby.
Okay.
And she said I would just be sitting there just beating. And then it started with her getting me a pair of bongos.
Wow.
Right? So I'd be there playing on the bongos at 3 years old. And she bought my first drum set at 4 years old. And then I just started playing, and I started taking lessons I was about 10 years old.
Okay.
And I actually took lessons from the drummer at the time. It was a drummer, James Temple, back then.
Who was that? Because I can't remember who
Keith Gregory.
Okay.
Keith Gregory.
Okay.
And so that was from 10 to 11. And then after that, man, I pretty much just learned, just from ear. But here's what happened. Here's the story behind the story. So the church I grew up in was Zion Temple.
Okay.
Okay. Zion Temple First Pentecostal Church. Shout out to Zion Temple.
Okay.
So that's where my roots were. So I was 12 years old, and I wanted to start playing for the kids' choir. And so my mom said, well, go ask the drummer. I said, okay, cool. So I go.
And you was that old at the time?
12.
Like 12? Okay.
At 12. I said, hey, sir, I want to see, would it be okay if I play for the kids' choir? Absolutely not. That's what he said.
He just shut you down like that?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely.
Never forget it, man.
Oh my God.
Oh, he should have absolutely though.
Absolutely not.
Not no, young man, not yet. Well, let's see how well you can do. No.
Hey, he didn't even use the Christian like, let me pray on it. You know when the Christians say, let me pray on it?
Yeah.
Forget about it. Don't even worry about it. It's over. That's a no.
He hits you with an absolutely not.
Absolutely
Oh
not.
my God.
All right. And I was like, I didn't know what to do with that. I was like, okay. So I went back, told my mom, I was like, and he told me absolutely not. And so now the story on my mom used to do karate.
Mom was like, hold on.
Right,
This
that's
nigga
another
talk to my baby all crazy.
Let me go get my belt and the black one at that.
Oh my
You know what I'm
goodness.
saying? So that's a whole nother story. I had family of martial artists and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
So she said, baby, don't worry about it. The very next Sunday, I swear to you, this is what happened.
This boy came in with a black eye. He had a cast on. He can't
play today.
I can't play. You can take over for me. Can you do something? I can't play. I had a car accident.
I had a car accident. I fell down. I fell down one step.
Oh man, y'all crazy, man.
Oh my God.
So what happened, man?
Yeah.
What did she do?
Tell the truth what she do.
So what happened, man? The next Sunday, the youth choir was up singing, and there was no drummer. Okay, so I'm sitting there like,
his mama, bro.
She was on one.
Hold on. Is the statute of limitations? Is we done with those? We can say.
Can we talk about this? No NDAs, none of that type of stuff.
Right.
Because
oh my God, bro, he was just not there, bro.
He was just not there. I still to this day don't know what happened. So rest in peace, William Phillips. So William Phillips was on the organ, and he knew I played. He was like, get on and play. I was like, I ain't fooling with it.
Because this fool come in here talking about the absolutely not guy come in here and see me on these bugs. We're going to have to fight.
Right.
And so he was like, man, come on, go. So I got on the drums. And that was the day I became a church drummer.
Oh my goodness.
He never came back.
Oh, wow.
Never came back. And it was his drum set.
Nah, what's your mom's number, bro?
Hey, yeah.
Ain't no way, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, your mama gangster. That's
So,
crazy.
I don't know what happened, bro.
Yeah, what's up, Dad? What you doing? Hey, what's up, buddy? Hey, so look, December 13th, me and my bro K Drama, we doing a versus style battle, but we doing a toy drive. It's to give back, to those who kind of, need a little extra love this holiday season. So, first of all, shout out to Impact Beverage, man, for donating all these toys. Look, man, we got all type of toys. We got the Nerf joint. Oh my freaking goodness! This the Minecraft. Ender Dragon, whatever that is, I don't even know, but we got this, man. We got some Barbie. We got all type of stuff, man. They donated all these toys, bruh. All these toys, little football. So look, we doing a toy drive concert. And so all we asking is for people to pay 10 at the door, and bring a toy if you can. You know what I'm saying? We want to show some love to the community. So come out December 13th, doors open at 6, concert start at 7. Me and my bro K Drama, we doing a versus style concert. We going back to back, banger for banger. It's gonna be freaking crazy. Oh my God. Bring your toys, man. Bring your kids. Everybody 12 and under get in free. So, you know, you ain't got to worry about paying for the kids. Just come out, man, rock with us. We giving back this holiday season, man. Yeah.
Good as a young boy. Many selfish playing keep away crabs. But Ben and Cecil told me seize the day. Carpe diem.
Yeah, you do. You know your mama. Come on, bruh. Like you just told us the whole ingredients. Like I put it together. Like 2 and 2. She know karate pretty well, obviously.
Right.
You said you got the absolutely not, and that hurt. She owned one now. Like
Mama Bear came through.
What did she say to you?
Don't worry about it.
That part. Whenever a parent says don't worry about it, that's like God telling you don't worry.
Don't worry about it.
Hey, the devil messing with me. Don't worry about it.
Yep. It's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
That is, bro, that's funny, bro.
Yeah, so it just went on from there, man. So
Wow.
that was the start. And here's the other part of that story. I wasn't really that good yet. You know what I'm saying? So I was just
Finding a way.
Figuring it out. I'm 12 years old.
Yeah.
Now, meanwhile, there's a whole row of other young musicians. They didn't know they were musicians yet.
Okay.
And that was the Napiers.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say the name.
Okay.
Yeah, Riley, Raymond, Eric, all of them.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like I was the doorway for the younger musicians.
Wow.
Because that wasn't really happening. So
And so anyway, there was this cat,
him and his brother would come around during offer time.
Okay.
And they would laugh at me. Yeah, they would laugh at me like, he can't play. And I used to be like feeling some type, I'm 12 years old, right?
Yeah.
Right.
But it actually motivated me.
Yeah. Now you ain't tell your mom these kids said that, did you? Because he like the kids ain't come back this Sunday after that. Right. Bro, what's going on now?
Exactly.
Don't tell your mama nothing else.
So it motivated me. And so when I would go home and practice, shout out to my mom, she would let me practice. She never told me stop practicing.
Dope.
Keep practicing. I'll be playing those records and cassette tapes and listen to them. And I would imagine those boys standing there laughing at me. That was my motivation. I literally would imagine them
like standing there laughing.
It was about 2 years ago. I never forget. The oldest brother came up. He said, man, bro, I remember when you first started, man, you weren't that good, but man, you cold. And he never knew. I was like, I never told him, but I'm like, it's because you motivated me.
Oh,
thank you. Thank you. And so you know, we say, let your haters be your motivators.
Yep.
All it did was, and that's how I'm wired though.
I'm wired. When someone says you
can't do it, for me, it's like, oh, you can't do it.
Yeah.
That has nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
That's your own belief that you can't do it. So I don't have any control over what your belief system is.
Come on.
My belief system is, I know if I put my mind to something, I could be successful.
I can do it.
At it. Right. Yeah. So that went on and played for all different types of people. Then I start playing for the Southern Ohio District Council.
Okay.
Did my first live record, I think I was 15 years old. And then fast forward, 18 years old, 19, 20, that's when I ended up at James Temple. That's when I ended up at James Temple. And so that was a blessing because my cousin, Rodney Posey, was over the music department.
Okay.
And that's when I got a chance to now connect with Morris Mingo.
Yeah.
You know?
Shout out Morris.
Yeah. So that's the story just keeps going.
Yeah.
And then you came along, right? So that was probably, I had to say, that's probably 2000. Well, you came along probably around 2005, but when we
because that's when I got married to Sierra, it was in 05. So it was like 2004 maybe.
Yeah.
Is when I first started coming around.
Okay.
Because me and her dated for like 11 months before I proposed to her. And then we got married like shortly after, like 3 months after.
Okay.
In March. So, but yeah, I probably started coming around in like 04.
Got you. So here's how we connect. I'm gonna tell you that because I remember we would see each other.
Yeah.
What's up?
James Temple was fun, bro.
James Temple, bro.
Man, absolutely.
I freaking love James Temple.
Absolutely, man.
For real. Like,
I mean, there's so many,
so much history and memories.
Yeah,
and
history,
it was
gems. I mean, just
full of kids and just, it was youthful and
yes.
man.
And so, it was around 2009-ish, I would say, maybe 2008-ish. It was somewhere around there.
Yeah.
And you were doing your thing. You know, you put out another project, and I said, Donnie, I said, have you ever heard of prepaid legal? You said no. I said, you should check it out, man, because I just feel like, you know, somebody gonna sign you.
Yeah.
Somebody gonna sign you.
Yeah.
And then you got a deal, a contract or something.
Yep.
Somebody reached out and you got the service.
Literally.
And used the plan.
I got a distribution deal with Mr. Dale.
Yep, I remember that.
Yep. I got a distribution deal with Mr. Dale, and the lawyers literally looked over it was super legit. They looked over my contract, make sure everything was everything. I think they even tweaked some stuff to my advantage. You know what I'm saying? And it really worked. I was lightweight blown away. Like, I'm paying for this joint every month, and when I needed it, they came through. I'll never forget the process. It was an easy process. They got back to me when they said they was gonna get back to me. I think it was like 24 hours. Somebody contacted me. I sent them the paperwork. They read it over. You know what I'm saying? I think you should, I don't like what he's saying in this. We gonna switch it for you and make it. I was just like, yo, this is real.
Right.
So yeah. And that's when that's the first time I got hooked up with.
Yeah, so you signed up for the service, and then you was like, man, I'll tell anybody about it.
Yep.
And I said, well, let me know. We could talk about it. And then I think it was maybe a year later, you came up to me after service. You said, hey, man, I think I want to do what you do.
Yeah.
I said, okay, that's what's up, bro.
Yeah.
And you was like, on one condition. I said, what's that? You show me exactly what to do. Like hold my hand. I said, bro, you about to make a lot of money.
Yep. Sure did.
And I think you had made, again, this was your first experience.
Yeah.
And I remember.
Especially as an entrepreneur for real. Like getting into something like that. I hadn't really did anything entrepreneurial, right? Except my music. You know what I mean?
Right.
But this is different though. Because doing my own music, I make my own structure. So you still kind of finding your way. And I was young, right? But being an entrepreneur under something that has structure already and can just help you build your own was totally different. So it really helped me like be organized and show me structure in a different way. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. No, absolutely, man. And I remember you had a really big deposit. I'll never forget it. We was on the phone and I was like, and I knew you had a big deposit. I said, hey man, you check your account? Yeah. And he was like, nah. I said, check it. I'm gonna be on the phone when you check it. And you was like, oh my God. Yeah. And that was a moment, man. And because, you had shared some things that you were trying to get done. Yep. And I was broke as bro. And what year was this?
This was 2010. 2010.
Yeah.
So we had just had the twins. Yeah. I think we were staying in Price Hill. You were 2010? Twins was born in 07.
Wow.
Yup. Cause we had just had Micah too.
Wow.
So Micah, we was staying in Price Hill. Micah was a baby, and then we had the twins. And I was, and Sierra was, I can't remember where she was working.
Was it CPS?
No, I don't think it was CPS at that time. But I remember I was kind of like staying at home, right, watching the kids, so we wouldn't have to pay for childcare. Yeah. Right, and I was doing prepaid, so I was working, but I could make my own hours. Right. So I was like, oh yeah, this works out. I can do that, make some money. And I'm doing my music, so I was making money from traveling and doing music. So I wasn't a bum. I wasn't just. Let me set the record straight. And like this brother at home just with his feet up, eating peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, watching TV, playing games. No, I was working, okay? My schedule was just more flexible than my wife's, and it all worked out. But yeah, that really helped me, man, too. Like, not only legally with legal stuff, but with, you know, financially. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't know it was the other side to it.
Yeah.
Until you introduced it to me.
Yeah.
Hey, but remember, bro, when we went out to somebody's house one day. Because we would go out and do these visits, right? To introduce them to the program, right? And get legal coverage and all that stuff.
Right.
We went to somebody's house. And me and Ron was sitting down because I think you was trying to show me how to. You was trying to show me how to lead, right? And to sign people up, right? Yeah. So, bro, we at this house, and
We was in it was in Bahama Terrace, I think. It was in Bahama Terrace, yeah. Anything else?
Yes.
You already know.
bro. So we sitting down, we doing it. You know what I'm saying? We going over everything with her, and she like, y'all want something to drink? We like, yeah, that's cool.
Oh God.
Bro, Rob looked at me, and he did his eyes like that. It was a roach.
Yeah.
Bro, I was like, I don't know if I'm cut out for this, bro. I don't know if I'm cut out for going to people's house. Like, can they meet us somewhere? Like, it's gotta be another way to do this, bro.
Panera Bread stuff.
Anywhere, bro. I will never forget that. That was so crazy,
No,
bro.
that was crazy about it. That's funny because I told that story. So, you know, I like to say I'm a comedian too, right?
No, for sure.
I had an open mic and I was just doing comedy. And I was talking about this. And if you remember, she said, do y'all want some, because it was Byron was with us too.
Okay.
Yeah, she said, y'all want some Kool-Aid? And I was like, sure.
Yeah.
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
Close the deal, right?
Yeah.
And this is how long ago this was. The house phone run. That's how long ago it was. So she go to her house phone, pick up her house phone.
See, I don't remember this stuff.
Yeah. And so I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. I take it to the head. Donnie got his, Byron got his. I put the glass down and I'm looking around and I look and I see this little baby roach coming out of the glass. I'm like,
Coming out of the glass? Out of what
coming
glass?
out the glass I just drunk in. And I'm sitting there like,
I'm gonna either die or kill her tonight.
One of those two.
Somebody now. Tonight. That's all we need to
No,
know.
I'm gonna tell my mom.
Yeah, I'm glad I got prepaid legal because I'm going to court.
Right.
so what I did, because I'm like, we gotta close the deal. So I watched this thing crawl down, and as soon as it hit the table, I put the glass on top of it. I'm like, we gotta keep this thing contained. But if you remember, you went to the restroom. Man, that was crazy though. That was the beginning. See, this is the thing about entrepreneurship.
Jesus Christ.
There's a lot. I don't care what you're doing. You're gonna go through a lot of hills and valleys and stuff that you don't even want to do.
Yes, sir.
To get to a point of things that you really want to do. Right? Even the way I do business today is way different. Way different. But it was interesting all that back then. But back to us. So that's when you was like, hey, man, I'm doing this. I want to do live band.
Yeah.
And I think the first gig we did, it was in Clifton. I remember.
Rose Cafe, baby?
That sounds about right.
You know Rose Cafe?
By Hughes, right?
That's it.
Yep.
Rose Cafe?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the first gig. That was me on kid. That was Eric
On bass.
Yeah, Eric Powell on bass.
We didn't have LT yet, did we?
I think we have. Did we have LT? I think we did have LT. My cousin LT. Yeah, I think we did. Then we had Eric. The song last night. Eric
Brantley.
Eric Brantley. Okay. Yeah. Right here, Eric Brantley. On keys. Yeah. That was a crazy concert. And it was up. We did that run for about 3 years.
Yep.
Yeah, we did that run for about 3 years. Did some stuff with Kent Jones and Gospel Gangsters.
That was my album release concert, which was the best album release concert I've ever done in my whole life, bro. It was Pastor 83, Gospel Gangsters, all like except Tick.
Right.
It was Chili Baby and Solo. It was Ken Jones, Petty D,
Dang.
and Eric Cross. Bro.
Yeah, it was crazy.
At the underground.
That's
Packed.
Yeah, it was packed.
It was packed, bro. Like, that concert, I will never forget that, bro. We killed that mug, bro.
Yeah.
That joint was so freaking live, bro.
Yeah.
Shout out to my brothers, man, who flew. And my homeboy Brinson came, bro.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Stack.
Yeah, no, it was
Bro, he came just to be there. He didn't even perform. He came from Florida just to be there, bro.
That's nuts.
It was crazy.
No, it was crazy.
That joint, the sound was right. Like the crap, like
It was just like I think
Man.
it was so organic too because the moment it was like you didn't even really think about what it took to put it together. You just put it together and everything just came together.
that's a fact, man.
You know?
That's a fact, man. I hit up all these guys and I was like, yo, I need y'all. And they all came through, bro.
Yeah.
That was a crazy concert, bro.
Yeah. That was a moment.
It really was.
That was a moment.
Bro, so before you got into entrepreneurship, like, what job did you have that you think prepared you best for entrepreneurship? And when did you know, like, I can't work for somebody? Like, what was the last straw?
Yeah. What would you guess? I mean, I spent the most time there.
But what made you like, I ain't going back, I need to do, what gave you that? You know what I'm saying?
It was the reality that you could be the best go-to person. You could be a team player. It don't matter. You don't control what happens with that job.
Yeah.
And so for me, it was like I don't like that. I don't like that. I'm just not good with that.
Yeah.
So I got to make sure I just got to do something. I got to move different now, you know. And so for me, I didn't grow up around entrepreneurs either. You know, my mom was an entrepreneur. My dad was an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
They were pretty much 9-to-5ers.
Okay.
Now I did vaguely remember them trying stuff, but I wasn't like I was around a bunch of entrepreneurs.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So this was totally like new to me. Like I was totally green, but I was so committed to do something different. I felt like, you know what? Whatever I do, I got to put myself in a position to work because I want to, not because I have to. And this way, if something does happen, I'm good.
Yeah.
Right.
You kind of make your own fate. You know what I'm saying? B, we good? You okay? Sure. Okay. Yeah, you kind of make your own destiny, right? You can take off the limits and the caps
Financially, you know, it's all up to your hustle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, so
And I think what happened after that, so I ended up getting on with DHL.
okay,
So I was working with them, and so when I got there, you know, at that time, you know, they wanted to compete with UPS and FedEx and all that. And because I had been at UPS for so long, I could already see the system that DHL had wasn't even going to match what UPS had because they wanted to compete with domestic when DHL was known for more international.
international, gotcha.
Okay.
Okay,
And so because I could see that, I was like, I don't know about that. So I got started. Now it's Legal Shield. It used to be Prepare Legal.
Yep.
I got started with Legal Shield in 2004.
gotcha.
And I was starting DHL in 2000, like literally the same week. And so what I was told was, they said, hey, man, here at DHL, man, it might take you, 3 years before they even pull you on full time. I'm like, all right, whatever. And then, so I got back in school too, by the way. So I went back to school. I was like, let me finish my business degree. So I got all that going on. So I'm working DHL. I'm in school. Let me finish that up, my kids are young. Like my son was like, Josiah was like 2 years old. I mean, they were young, but I'm trying to figure this thing out.
Yeah.
And so because of my resume of being at UPS, they want to bring me on full time within 2 months. Right? Because my work ethic was just different than everybody else's around, because I was kind of trained to work a certain type of way.
Got you.
So the hard work ethic, I definitely got that at Brown for sure. So what happened, it was like, hey, we would like to bring you on. And something just told me like, no, I declined. I remember this one dude was like, man, you missing a boat. I can't believe that, man. You know how long you got to be here? I said, I just got another plan, bro. I just got another plan.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you just felt that like on the inside? Was it like just a feeling of just unsettled? Like describe to me, like, what was the emotion that drove you, that made you feel that way? Because a lot of people, viewers, might feel like, well, is it like an audible voice, or is it like a feeling of dread, or like, what was it for you?
I think for me, it was a couple things, right? So, for one, I was starting back over on a totem pole, right? So when I was still in the union, I was still a Teamster. And I think the other thing was it was going to change my hours too. So my hours were going to be now, instead of a 6 a.m. to 3, it was now going to be a 4 to midnight. I ain't going to never see my kids.
Ooh,
No, sir. It's like, we not doing that.
No, sir.
We're not going to do that.
I always say, like, second shift is for people with no kids.
Absolutely.
It's cool, but it's like, how? How do you, I mean,
Don't.
people be in positions where they have no other choice, but the preference, I know, ain't that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For somebody with a family, or, third shift is even sneaky. Like,
Yeah.
like you can have a family, but that's the last straw. You pushing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So second shift, I know you was like, nah.
Yeah, I can't do it. I'll keep doing what I'm doing because I'm in school.
Yeah.
And I just had a gut feeling. I was like, you've been praying for something different. So do something different. So I'm gonna run this play. And I'm just gonna see how I go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bet on myself.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bet on myself. And I think it was probably around, definitely after my first year, I was like, oh, it's on. It was on, because now I was getting to a point, in my first year where I was starting to, match my income.
Wow.
With Legal Shield.
Wow.
And so,
year.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Yeah, I was starting to match it. So
you took it serious from jump, like,
this
is it for
I'll
me
say
right
the first few months I kind of goofed around, but then I got real serious.
Got you.
And this is what I love about this, right? It's like, I could be honest and say I goofed around. Sometimes people get started in these industries and they don't be honest that they didn't put their best foot forward.
Yeah.
I knew it was me. I'm not applying myself. But once I got focused, I was like, okay, I'm in. And so I would say probably about after my second year, that's when I was like, yeah, I think I'm gonna run this play. I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing at DHL. I'm gonna keep doing that. But I'm gonna make sure I grow this too.
Yeah.
Because somebody said, man, if it was $100 bill on the table and a $50 bill on the table, which would you take? I say, what, 100? They say, why not take both? So I took both for as long as I needed to.
Yeah.
Right.
That's good.
And then one day I just was like, this is exactly what happened. I was out of town. I got some time off. I was in Atlanta. And part of the group I'm a part of, they were taking us out to eat down at Morton Steakhouse, right? They pulled up in some limos, so we driving down 75. I'm having a good time. And then my boss calls me trying to get me to come in the next day. I'm in Atlanta. He's like, need you. I know. I said, I don't know about that. Yeah, I don't know about that.
Right.
So I'm on my Razor phone. This is how long ago this was. I'm on my Razor phone. And I say, hey, man, I'll hit you back. And I never hit him back. I never hit him back. I just went ahead and said, I'm done. And I knew I made a great decision. Because things just went up after that. And so that's when I really started my journey for real. After about my third year, I was fully in.
Yeah.
Right. And so around that time, I think probably a couple years after that, that's when you and I had a conversation.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And the rest is history, man. So, I just grew that thing.
Yeah.
And it opened up, watch this, it opened up opportunities for other things too.
Come on, man.
Yeah, it opened up opportunities for other things, because now I'm in this, because it's a lot of times people I can't speak about any other company. I can only speak about the one that I'm in, because what I love about Legal Shield is it's a professional product. I can go into a Fortune 500 company. I can go into a church. I can do a will workshop. And so now, I'm in a small business community because we have this whole small business division, and I kind of oversee a 4-state territory. But all this is a part because there's so many different things that we can do in Legal Shield. Where's my point is this. It also gave me an opportunity to work on my craft and speaking.
For sure.
Let me tell you something. Anybody who knows me knows I'm pretty laid back.
Yeah.
And I'm cool on the drums.
Yeah.
Don't give me no mic. Matter of fact, I got to say this. The real story, not to switch subjects, but let me go back to the drums. The real story, I got really focused on the drums. Oh man, how could I forget this story? So when I was younger, me and my siblings and my parents, we used to have these concerts.
Okay.
Where we would sing. It's the Hurst family.
Okay.
Yeah, the Hurst family concert. And people would come see us sing.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm talking like I'm 8 years old, 9
my
years old,
goodness.
10 years old. Yeah. Every year though. It's like annual. It's like an annual concert.
Wow.
Yeah, because my dad was a minister of music at St. John AME, and we would have it there. My grandmother went there. And so what happened when I started taking drum lessons, my mom was like, well, you're going to start playing drums for us. So I was playing drums with a mic and singing.
Wow.
Like Phil Collins or something.
Yeah, you was on your Anderson .Paak.
Yeah, Anderson .Paak, right?
Yo, what up? This episode is brought to you by our partnering sponsor, man, our lifetime sponsor, Good Company Apparel, a brand encouraging individuals to wear who you are and live what you believe. Hit the website, www.goodcoapparel.com. Follow us on IG, Good Company Apparel, and come check us out. We up at Kenwood Mall, Thursday through Sunday. Wear who you are, live what you believe. Keep good company, man. We keeping good company around us, and we keeping good company on us. You take that O out, God got us covered too. Yeah.
And what happened, I really didn't want to sing. I was like, I really don't want to sing, man. And when I started going through puberty, my voice was changing, and so it was cracking. So that year, my mom was like, yeah, he don't need to sing.
I was like, hold up.
He don't need to sing.
Good.
Just let him play drums.
Yeah.
So that's what made me get real intense in practice. I'm going to get so good that they never ask me to sing again. Okay? Because I just didn't like being up front.
Yeah, got you.
So then I get into this company, and I'm having a little success, and they're like, well, we're going to have you speak. I said,
You like, hold on.
Me speak.
You got so good.
Yeah. I'm not speaking at all. And they're like, well, I'm just saying, man, you're doing really well. You're making some great income. You got a great story. And my mentor, shout out to Ron Crutcher, he's like, you're going to speak. I was like, oh my gosh. So bro, I didn't even really have a suit. Okay. So, I take it back. I had one suit, but I wore it so much, it had naps in it. You wear it too much.
Yeah.
Yep. I said, okay, got to get a new suit. Ain't know how to shop for no suit. With the K&G. I just picked up.
Shout out K&G.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so I went to K&G, got this suit. It was kind of beige color. I was like, oh, that go with my complexion. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm doing, right? So I'm just buying stuff in there. And this was in February. Stay with me. So this is in February of that year.
Okay.
And I'm getting ready. So I'm home, ironing, suit, on my way to this event. And I get there 5 minutes before they start. And he's like, bruh, man, we get ready to start, man. Man, I was like,
heck you been doing?
Right. So they like, all right, bring it to the front of the room. Let's bring up Rob Hurst. So I come up, and when I tell you, the audience is like, everybody's like looking at me crazy. I'm like, why is everybody looking at me weird like that? And I'm like, is my fly down? And I look down, bro. What I didn't tell you, this suit that I got was linen. So it was so wrinkled. That's why they were like, why is this guy this wrinkled? This is
Oh my
God, this is
bro.
a bad presentation already.
Oh my
Goodness.
And I looked down, I was like, oh my God, wow.
So was it like that before you put it on, or you wasn't even paying attention?
What it is, once you get in the car, you scrunch everything up. Now everything's wrinkled, right? That's how linen is. And it's February, so I ain't got no fashion sense, right?
Yikes.
And so I'm sitting there, man, trying to do this presentation, and actually, before I did the presentation, I said, listen, this is my comedic approach. I said, I know I look like a balled up paper bag, but we're going to get through this. And everybody started laughing.
Yes.
And I got through it. I was saying the wrong stuff. Information was wrong. Folk were like, what? We don't even do that, you know? But I say all that because that's where it started.
Yeah.
That's where it started.
Yeah.
And so it went from speaking in a room full of 15, 20, 25 people
Okay.
to speaking in front of 100 people to almost up to 5,000 people I've spoken spoken in front of. And so my journey has opened up other doors.
Yeah.
So this is how I started doing speaking opportunities. Like I did some speaking opportunities for Job Corps. Then I started, shout out to Lamarque Ward. I helped launch Dream Builders.
Okay.
I played a huge part of that in helping him and Antonio Brownnex.
Yep.
Launched that in CPS.
They're my brothers, man.
Yeah, Cincinnati Public Schools, which is in the student handbook. Me and Lamarque talk all the time.
Yep.
And you know, I coached him on Lamarque on as well. That's how me and Lamarque met.
Wow.
Brought him in the Legal Shield. He learned, he learned some stuff. He took that. He tell you all the time, he's like, man, Legal Shield played a huge part. So what I tell people is like, it's not just what we do, it's what you get. It's the training, it's the leadership training, it's the leadership coaching. And so that just opened up other doors for me to speak and be at tables, having discussions with folk that get PhDs and I'm a college dropout.
Yeah, come on.
Right? So how is that possible? Well, they're just things that I was able to learn, and that was adding value to people, connecting with people.
Come on.
Right?
Come on.
So hence the connector, right? So that's where I learned that art. That's where I learned that skill and being able to connect with people just because of what I learned in the business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, that's so good, bro. And your journey as an entrepreneur, man, what would you say is like some of the most challenging things about being an entrepreneur, bro?
Yeah, so I have this little joke I've been saying, and it's the best way I can think of it. But an entrepreneur is like a runaway slave. And what I mean by that is most entrepreneurs are trying to do their best to build what they have, so they never have to go back to a job. And there's nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
Right.
But most are thinking like that.
Correct.
Right. They want to have more control over their time.
Absolutely.
And how they do things and being able to just kind of go and come as they please.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's not for everybody. Right. Because
I wouldn't recommend it, honestly, bro. and I say that because a lot of times people get into entrepreneurship for the wrong reasons. Right. So they have this misconception about the outcome and about the input.
Right.
Right. They feel like, because when you see other entrepreneurs, most times entrepreneurs aren't talking about the hardships. Most times when you see entrepreneurs, we look up. We look like we up. We look like, oh, you're doing good. Yeah, you may be, right? But it's the valleys, though.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
That come with it. The money that you think comes sometimes don't. And it's like I always tell people who want to be entrepreneurs, like, what's your why? Why do you want to be an entrepreneur?
Yeah.
Because if you say it's for the bag, you're gonna be mad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna be upset and you're gonna give up because it ain't what it seems.
Yeah.
How's your marketing? Do you know how to own? I don't be on social media. You don't be on social media? And you got a business?
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's free.
Right.
I'm not good at posting. I'm not, you
better get good.
I ain't a people person. Go work for somebody.
Yeah.
Because there's no way you're going to make it if you don't utilize the thing it's already free. You don't even utilize what's free to get your business out there. You don't really like people for real. They get on your nerves too quick. You ain't you ain't good at customer service.
Yeah.
Right? It's going to be a long road for you. You're not going to like being an entrepreneur. And then the money aspect. People think, yo, when I sell a shirt, people think I get the whole wop. I'm like, bro, I'm selling it for this price. First of all, you got to understand what it took to even produce the product.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm not when you pay me, I'm almost getting reimbursed.
Exactly.
It's a reimbursement with some on the top. But then after the reimbursement, bro, I have taxes, and my taxes are different than your taxes as an entrepreneur.
Yep.
Right. So, but then I have to reinvest out of everything that you buy. All of that comes out of that. If I even get a salary, right? The first 5 years, bro, I didn't make any money from Good Company. The first five years, I didn't pay myself from Good Company Apparel. 5 years. Are you willing to work 5 years without making no money at all as an entrepreneur? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, bro, I tell people, listen, you better have the right. Your why gotta be. Your why will get you through the how.
Absolutely.
I don't know how. Sometimes I'm going.
And watch
But my
this.
why.
And watch this. And when you know your why, you'll never ask why.
Huh.
Right? You'll never ask why. Well, why do I have to do it?
Huh.
It's you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You don't even. Here's the thing, man. I was in Houston, and they had flew me in to speak for an event, and one of my friends, she had just hit a new income level. It was like a first income level that we recognized in the company.
Okay.
And she did this part time, and I was proud of her. Right. She made like 50,000, and I was like, man, that's huge. You know what I'm saying? Congratulations.
Part time is
You know what I'm
great.
saying? And so she said, man, how did you get to these other levels?
Yeah.
Right. And I said, I really started thinking. I was like, I said, okay, so and we were getting off of a ramp. And when you get off a ramp, you're driving slower.
Yeah,
So we're going
slowing
about
down,
25, 30 miles an hour. And I said, I'm gonna be honest with you, sis. I'm trying to remember what I did for real. Because I was so focused. Hitting these other income levels. And so I said, so for example, I said, you notice how we're driving and you can see everything.
Yeah.
Right? We see the deer over there. We see the piece of trash over here.
Yeah.
We see the sign over here. Okay. So you can see that because of the speed that you're traveling. But if you were to put your foot on the gas and go 100 miles an hour,
Some things.
those things are still there. You just can't see them because you're going so fast. You're too focused on where you're going. So you're not even thinking about what it takes to get there. You're so focused on the destination. I said, that's what it's like when you go into momentum and you're pushing to get to another level.
Absolutely.
You don't even think it like the how will figure itself out.
That's the fact, bro.
You know what I mean? And so I that was a great illustration for her to understand, like, don't get so caught up in that. Like, whatever it is, look at your why, get really focused on it, lock in with it.
Yep.
And then everything else is going, man, listen, I watched my business explode at a time when, I'm talking about during the
Pandemic. Come on.
where most people are like, oh my gosh. And I was like that in the beginning. But then I had to reinvent myself, right? I had to take a different approach to what I was doing.
Yeah.
Right. And so what I started doing, I started focusing more on entrepreneurs. How can I connect with entrepreneurs? Hence Impact Nation, right?
Got you.
So my whole thing was collaboration, connection. And I have been collaborating with people for years. I said, well, how can I collaborate with other entrepreneurs? They have their service. They have value they bring. How can I refer business to them? How can we refer business to each other? And I guess you could look at it like this. I was creating my own community of my own Black Wall Street.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so I was being very intentional about these type of people I was connected with. And so it's been great, right? Because I found a way that was going to work for that season. Right. And that's what you have to be willing to do. You have to be willing to pivot. That's the word I was looking for. You have to be willing to pivot when necessary and not be so, oh my gosh, I got to do it this way.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so social media, it's like, if you're not doing social media, you're going to get left behind. Like, matter of fact, you're already left behind. Right. And so so even myself, I actually hired somebody. I said, listen, I need some assistance in this area.
Yeah. Yep.
So I'm excited about that. But there's so much more that can come with this world of entrepreneurship when you incorporate the things of today.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, man, I got hip to this. I wasn't hip to it, right? Because I use a lot of different platforms. I use a lot of Chat GPT. I use a lot of Canva and all the other stuff. But I just got hip to an app called Claude. You hip to Claude?
Yeah, Claude AI.
Again, that's what I'm saying. It's like, but this happens in conversation, like talking to other people. Like, what are you doing? What are you using? Oh, what? Let me see.
Yeah.
That's how we learn, right? So
Sure.
I think what happens a lot of times when people get into entrepreneurship, one of the worst things you can do is just try to do it on your own.
Absolutely.
Say that.
Right?
Mugs don't have no people they can call. Man. They don't go to no networking events.
Exactly.
Yep.
Bro, you have to do this stuff. You have to be able to meet people.
Yeah.
Because it's really not about what you know. It's about who you know.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I can know everything. But if it's people who can push you, it's people who will motivate you, it's people who you can see and be like, I need to get there, right? Even if you know all the information, you still cannot have no drive.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's people who know a whole lot of stuff and don't do it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like meeting people and connecting with people, going out and networking. That's vital for a business owner. Even if you're not, bro, I done been to events where I wasn't a vendor and I still just went.
Yeah.
Like it ain't all about you selling something or making money is the reason why you attend events, bro. Get your face out there, get your product out there so people can continue to see it, which builds familiarity, which builds comfortability and equals possible sales.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I've been seeing this all. Man, what's about? Man, I'm about to come to the mall and grab something. Right? It's because it's familiar. They keep seeing it. You know what I mean? So marketing is, man, I tell people, bro, marketing and branding is the two most important things to any company in the world, bro.
It is.
You can have the best product in the galaxy, but if I don't know it exists, I can't buy it.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like shelf placement. Like when you go to the store, they say like the bottom shelf, you don't want to be at that level because that's not eye
level. Yeah.
You want to be at eye level.
Yep.
And if you're really good, you want to be top shelf.
Yeah.
Because that's when it's like, I want that. And I won't wait for somebody to come to get it for me because it's that exclusive. It's that, on that level. But if anything, be at eye level at least.
Yeah.
Be visible. That's what,
Be visible.
that's what it's all about.
Yep.
Yeah.
So was that some of the challenge, most challenging things for you? Is like having to learn new systems in marketing yourself? Like what you feel like you've overcome?
Yeah. Yeah, man. It's like, this is what I learned, man. You can be having the best time in your life at the worst time in your life.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And break that down for me. Hold on. Because I think I know where you're going.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, you could be having the best time of your life at the worst time of your life. So
Okay.
you could be like, okay, this is going well over here.
Yeah.
But there's some challenges here. And so I call this leading while bleeding. When you're an entrepreneur, you're leading, right?
Yeah.
You're leading yourself. And one of the hardest people that you will lead is yourself.
Yeah.
It's the hardest one.
Yeah.
And so, being through a divorce.
Yeah.
That ain't easy, especially when you're leading, because you can't heal in private. You have to heal in public. Okay. And so when you have to heal in public, you have to always consider how you look as far as how you respond.
Yep.
Right. All of that stuff matters because you're your brand.
You're your brand.
Right.
You're your brand. And I'm thankful for good friends,
Yeah.
right? Good company.
Yeah.
Right.
Because there's many a times going through that painful process,
Man.
I may have wanted to respond a certain type of way.
Yep.
Mhm.
But when I can tell when somebody ain't got no good friends around them. You can watch somebody crash out on social media like they ain't got
Nobody, bro.
They ain't
Right.
got no good. Ain't no way your friend is gonna let you post that.
Right.
Ain't no way in the world.
And not check you, bro. Take that down. You tripping.
Listen, so I'm thankful, right? I had good people around me. And so when I went through that, immediately I got into counseling. Immediately, I was like, okay, I'm not playing with this. Still healing in public, though. I still got to lead, though.
Mm-hmm.
I still got to speak on stage. I still got to do all of that, okay?
Yep.
So I went through this counseling process, man, and I literally, I like to say I did a 90-day run on my mental health. So every single week, week after week after week, pushing through. And just really letting go of some things, right? Some things that need to be let go. Right now I'm reading a book called The Mountain Is You. Okay. And it just talks about how, many times there's things that we need to address so that we can be able to open up that next level. And so I was going through that process, and you remember, because that's when I started working out with you in the gym.
Yeah.
Yep. And I'm thankful, for you, man, because I just reached out and said, man, where you working out at?
Yeah.
And just pushing through every, 3-4 times a week. We was in there.
Yep.
And and so going through all of that, I started getting really serious about my the way I start my day, even the way I end my day.
Yeah.
And you know what else I learned about that, man? What I learned is, if you forget who you are, others can forget who you are, and the wrong people will treat you accordingly. And that's why it's so important to be around good people, because they will remind you who you are.
You are.
Right.
I got friends like, bro, Rob Hurst, bro.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah. Yeah.
And sometimes you
You need to see, absolutely, bro. Sometimes it's hard to, as an entrepreneur, bro, I tell you what's challenging for me sometimes is coming up for air. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm in grind mode every single day. And sometimes my homies, whether it be Kenny or, Tony or even Vern, right, had to be like, bro, just hold up for 1 second. I called you just to tell you and remind you of all your accomplishments. Think about all the people you've collaborated with. Procter & Gamble, Cincinnati Music Fest, all these Cincinnati public schools who you print for, and Chick-fil-A. They like, bro, you doing it, bro. And sometimes you need like that good company, right? You need people around you to be proactive in helping you get to your destination.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Because especially as an entrepreneur, you can get lost real quick if you don't have nobody around you to be like, snap out of it.
Yep.
Yeah.
You good. Quit tripping. What you working on?
Yep.
Right? To hold you accountable. So yeah, you right. Go ahead.
Yeah, man. And so, my uncle, I remember when I was going through all that, my uncle said, he said, your life will go in the direction of your most dominant thought.
That's facts.
And that doesn't necessarily mean that you may not have some negative thoughts every once in a while, but what's the most dominant thought?
What's the most dominant?
So it was really important for me to control my day, because I didn't want the day to control me. So what I did, man, I was working out, that, because I was working out with you.
Yep.
I created affirmations for every area of my life, right? From spiritual, financial, business, family, relationship, the whole nine. I mean, and I tied scripture to all of it.
To everything, yeah.
And so every day I woke up, that's how I started my morning off. Up in the morning, going through every affirmation. Boom,
So
boom,
good.
boom. So I
So
was
good.
so focused, even going through this painful process, it was like I wasn't feeling the bumps as much as I could have if I wasn't doing that.
Yeah.
Right.
Right? Because I was so active. I was active mentally. I was active physically.
Yeah.
Right? Which made me active, and active spiritually as well. Which honestly, I'm so glad that was happening away, because it was happening for me, not
to you.
It was happening for me, not to me, because I got away. These are things I used to do. So, and it, and your friends, like me and Broadnex was out. Broadnex was like, yeah, this the Rob I know. When people say that, man, where you been? Like this, you kind of disappeared for a little bit for the last 10 years, but you good though. That's the Rob I know.
He said, I slipped, but I'm back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right. Don't worry about it. I'm here.
Right.
And so, and it's even that's a blur.
Yeah.
It's like, man, I was so focused.
Yep.
I was so focused getting through that. And it opened up so many doors, man, because what I learned is like,
What's up, Dad? What you doing? Hey, what's up, buddy? Hey, so look, December 13th, me and my bro K Drama, we doing a versus style battle, but we doing a toy drive. It's to give back, you know, to those who kind of, you know, need a little extra love this holiday season. So, first of all, shout out to Impact Beverage, man, for donating all these toys. Look, man, we got all type of toys. We got the Nerf joint. Oh my freaking goodness! This the Minecraft. You know, Ender Dragon, whatever that is, I don't even know, but we got this, man. We got some Barbie, we got all type of stuff, man. They donated all these toys, bruh. All these toys, little football. So look, we doing a toy drive concert. And so all we asking is for people to pay 10 at the door and bring a toy if you can. You know what I'm saying? We want to show some love to the community. So come out December 13th, doors open at 6, concert start at 7. Me and my bro K Drama, we doing a versus style concert. We going back to back. Banger for banger. It's gonna be freaking crazy. Oh my God. Bring your toys, man. Bring your kids. Everybody 12 and under get in free. So, you know, you ain't gotta worry about paying for the kids. Just come out, man. Rock with us. We giving back this holiday season, man. Yeah.
Schooled as a young boy. Many selfish playing keep away crabs. But Ben and Cecil told me seize the day. Carpe diem.
When you make your decisions with integrity, God has no choice but to bless you.
Yes, sir. Integrity is everything.
You know what I mean? And so many doors opened up, man. I man, if we had more time, man, it was just crazy, right? And so that's how I started implementing other things into my brand.
Yeah.
Right. So then I'm a certified life coach, right? So I went through that process. That's something I always wanted to do, though. That's something I always want, because like my girl said, she was like, and I'm gonna talk about that in a second too. Yeah. But like she said, this is what you've been doing.
You've been doing
this.
Yeah.
Right. You just getting a piece of paper to say, okay.
Yeah.
I also got certified with John Maxwell.
Okay.
Right? John Maxwell, part of John Maxwell leadership
super
team, right? So and so this whole journey, man, I mean, I wouldn't have never met a Brian Carruthers, a Darnell Self, Frank and Teresa Cohen, right? Those were some of my mentors in leadership. But then I would have never met like Eric Thomas, right?
Okay.
Right, Eric Thomas, a John Maxwell, being in the presence of a Les Brown, like that would have happened had I not been in this company or in this business, or at least in this industry that I'm in. Right. Because I've had opportunity to shake hands and be around these type of people and glean from their leadership. And so those doors opened up. Here we are today. And I get an opportunity, man. I say this all the time. I get an opportunity to add value to somebody else's life.
That's amazing.
I get an opportunity.
That's amazing.
Value, right? I always ask my team, I say, man, who did you make an impact on today? Who did you make an impact on today? Right.
Yeah.
Right. Because the impact doesn't necessarily, it could just be something, maybe you drop just some encouraging words.
Yep.
You know, I was on the phone with one of my homegirls, and she was going through some stuff and was just pouring into her. Yeah. You know, because it was a very challenging situation she went through. Yeah. And it's like, man, I've been doing this for a long time. You know?
Yep.
And so back to working out, here's what's crazy. So I'm going through this divorce, I'm working out, going through the counseling, getting real focused, affirmations, the whole nine. And I remember I had wrote in my journal, because I was journaling too. And I said, I don't know what the future holds, but my hope is that in 30 days from now, something will dramatically change. Okay? So fast forward, I'm sitting there having a conversation with one of my mentors. And he was like, hey, are you going to come to this event in Vegas, this leadership event? Yeah. And I was like, I don't know. And his wife was like, no, you should come. You should come. I was like, all right, okay, I guess I'll go. And so I went, and then I was like, well, you know, I had one of my friends I wanted y'all to meet, but she wasn't able to make it. And I was up in Columbus. And he was like, well, won't you invite her to the event? I'm like, man, it's like the event's in 2 weeks, you know? Like, I mean, I can make that move, but I don't know what her money like. Yeah. I call her up. She like, no, I'm going. Booked her flight, right? So I'm like, all right, cool. We're going to go to this event. So I get out there and I'm all settled, you know, and some of my friends checking up on me. You good? You good?
Yeah.
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm here to be poured into. That's why
Right.
I'm here. I need to be in this environment.
Yep.
And so on the last day, I knew I was checking out of my hotel early. And so I only knew one person I felt I could trust. I mean, I know a bunch of people, but this one I could trust who went with me. She was in a different part of the hotel. I said, hey, sis, can I leave my bag in your room?
Mm-hmm.
She said, yeah, that's cool. I said, okay. Now, let me back up real quick. Let me back up before I get to this part.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was...
Because he about to tell us about his little tenderoni. You feel me?
So here I am. I'm when I'm going through all of this stuff, I'm hanging out with my boy Nate. Shout out to Nate Howe. So Nate, you know, he's like, man, I know this is what it is, bro. And he laughed. And I'm like, bro, what you laughing about? This ain't nothing to be laughing about.
Yeah.
It's like, no, man, I just know something big about to happen for you. I've been knowing you since we was 19. I watch you. I just watch you.
Huh.
All right, like I said, people got to remind you. And I'm like, hey, all right, whatever. And I said, listen, man, I tell you what. I'm not saying I'm ready for anything. I'm tell you what. I know when I'm ready, she can't be from Cincinnati. Yeah, no more Cincinnati. Right? This is me. This is me and my boy, right? We just talking. She can't be from Cincinnati.
Absolutely.
I said, I want to be like in her late 30s, and she could be Latina. And he was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right? So fast forward, I'm at this event. And I put the bag in my friend, my homegirl, Kim's room, boom, get on the elevator. I ain't even supposed to be on this elevator, by the way. But the only reason I'm on this elevator is because that's where Kim's room is.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Boom. Get on the elevator, go down the next floor. This woman comes on. Okay. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
You know, smelled good, you know, get the like, okay. And I just said good morning. Like, hey, good morning. I'm just thinking, you know, we in Vegas. Like, it's millions of people in Vegas.
Right.
And I'm just speaking. I'm just being polite. Hey, good morning. She's like, good morning. I said, you here for the conference? She said, yeah. I was like, oh, dope. Oh, that's what's up. I said,
we got something in common.
So I said, how long you been with the company? She said, since 2005. I'm like, I ain't never seen you.
2005?
I ain't never ever seen her before. I was like, oh wow, okay, that's what's up. And I said, well, listen, my name is Rob. No, I said, what's your name? She said, Amanda. I said, okay, my name is Rob Hurst. And so she kind of turned around because at that time I lost a lot of weight. Right. So April of 2023, I was 260 pounds.
Wow.
Okay. I'm on this elevator at easily 218. This is like 2 months later though. So this is June.
That boy was like, you are ready to find your queen.
Right. My man was on a mission.
So I lost all this
Coming
weight.
to Las Vegas. Rob Hurst.
So, and so I'm like, okay, nice meeting. I just going about my business. Keep it pushing. I see her again in the conference area, like, oh, okay. Hey, how you doing? Good to see her. Then I seen her again on lunch break. I'm like, man, why I keep seeing this woman?
Yikes.
So I spoke like, hey. And so, you know, she hit me with the friend request on Facebook. I was like, all right, cool. That's what's up. Went on about my business. And so at this event, they always have like a big party, you know, to end everything off. And shout out to my one of my mentors, Donny Harper, because he's a big part of how this all played out. So I'm hanging out, and I see her, but she over there with Donny herself in the VIP. I'm like, who is this chick? I don't even know who.
She's somebody.
I ain't even over there. Like,
She is somebody.
what's going on? So all night, man, I'm trying to figure out how I can have a conversation. It never happened. Long story short, I'm like, all right, I'm about to roll out. I'm sitting there grabbing me something to eat. And I remember she hit me up on Facebook. I hit her with a message like, hey, it was nice meeting you, blah, blah, blah. She's like, yep. I said, I was just get ready to grab me something to eat. And she was like, man, I'm actually looking for something else. Like, well, you're welcome to join me. Boom. 5 minutes later, she's sitting in front of me. So now I'm like, dang, okay. So I'm having these, you know, ask a question like, okay, da. And I said, if you don't mind me asking, you know, so you from Phoenix? Yeah, okay. what's your how I always say how young are you? How young are you? She's like 37. I'm like, okay.
Okay, hold on.
That's like-
That's one. That's two.
I said,
One more to
I
go.
said, if you don't mind me asking, I've been trying to figure out like, what's your nationality? She said Latina. I was like,
Yep. Listen, I just want to tell you, sweetheart, you mine because you exactly what I done prayed for. I just want you to know that.
so man, I'm tripping, man, and I'm like, all right, whatever.
Like no freaking way.
Yeah. So I get back to Cincinnati. We talking every night. You know, we talking, chopping it up, catching up. And so she was like, "Hey, how far is Chicago from Cincinnati?" Because her brother was getting married in Chicago, and I was like, "Oh, it's about 4 or 5 hours." She was like, "Oh man, you know, I ain't never on that side of the country. I thought I might get a chance to see you." I was like, "Wait a minute."
I can make that.
Hold on, what did you just say?
Yeah.
You thought what?
So here's what happened. This is where the story trips me out every time I got goosebumps thinking about it. So I was like, all right, let me roll up here and get a chance, and we're going to go grab something to eat and just chop it up.
Yeah.
So I get up, but I had this lipoma, which you know, because you saw how big that thing was. I had this lipoma on the back of my neck.
Yep.
And a lipoma, for many that may not know what a lipoma is, it's just basically a fatty tissue. It's benign, but it's common in men 40 to 60. Doctors don't even know. It just happens.
Yeah.
So, and I've been dealing with this for a few years. So Mercy Hospital was like, hey, it'll cost you $10,000 to get it removed. I was like, because the insurance not going to cover it. I'm like, hey. So I'm self-conscious about it because now I done lost all this weight. Now I look like I got my buddy on the back of my neck, right?
Yeah.
So I say, listen, I bet you're probably wondering, you know, like I'm super self-conscious of it.
Yeah.
I bet you're probably wondering what this is. She said, yeah, it's a lipoma. I said, what? Lipoma? I said, how, you know? She said, I remove them for a living.
Bro, this dude just met the all-star of women, bro.
Man, listen.
Like he done checked off all three of what she gotta be.
And here come the bonus.
And there's so many other things.
Out of here, bro.
Because one of the other things I forgot to mention, what I wrote down, I forgot to mention this, before I got to Vegas, I wrote down, I said, I don't know if I've ever been clear about what I want. I wrote down what I didn't want, but that has a negative connotation to it.
For sure.
Yep.
Let me write down what I actually want.
For sure.
And what I also heard is that when you're in the air, because of the altitude, your thoughts are clear. I learned this after the fact. So I remember when I got on a plane, I was writing down all these things. I put down who am I first, because who do I need to become the person I need to be?
Yeah.
Let me focus on me first.
Come on.
Then I put who is she, and I wrote all these different things. Like it was a download, and I never looked at it again until I got to Vegas. And so all that stuff, the conversation we were having, it was like almost 100% every. I was like, that's great. And I ain't talking about 4 or 5 things. I'm talking about 30-something things.
Yeah.
Okay. And so back to this scenario, she goes, I remove them for a living. I said, what? That's like I almost got emotional. Like, that's crazy. Are you serious? She's like, yeah, that's what I do. I work in dermatology. I said, she said, have you been trying to get it removed? I said, I mean, yeah, but you know, the hospital's talking about 10,000. She said, oh no, I guarantee you, it won't even cost that much. Shoot, I connect with my doctor. We can knock it $637.
Can we cue the music?
Excuse me, Mom. Excuse me. I'm just about to ring.
Right.
And I just want to know, will you marry me tonight? Bro, what?
Wow.
Bro, I've been in Zales. Hold on, what's the jeweler places now?
Nick K, Zales, all of them.
Every kiss begin with K, bro.
Man, look.
Oh,
Crazy, man. Craziest story ever, bro. And so that was a moment where I was like, your life will go in the direction of your most dominant thought.
that's so good.
Right?
Are y'all
Yeah.
picking up these nuggets?
Right? Because I continue to affirm the things for my life, for the direction of my journey,
Yeah.
and where I need to go. And so what happened to me happened for me.
Come on, man.
It had to happen at that time, though.
Yeah.
Because guess what? Because
time.
I would have never, first off, I would have never even interacted with her if I was still married.
For sure.
See what I'm saying?
For sure.
Right.
You know, so that was what it was. And here I'm in a situation. So I'm just kind of just having a conversation.
Bro, I know when you told her that, like, you are really what I wrote down and prayed for. I know she was like,
Mm-hmm.
But have you told?
Oh yeah, I told her.
I know
but
she
for
was-
a long time, I never said anything.
You're right.
Because I didn't want to say something and, people try, well, let me act like this. So everything that I was asking, questions I was asking, it just, and sometimes I'll be like, wow. She's like, why you keep saying wow? I'm like, in due time.
Yeah.
In due time.
Yeah.
In due time.
So, bro, talk a little bit about Legal Shield and what it actually is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. So Legal Shield, if you just kind of think of a healthcare plan gives you access to doctors and hospitals.
Mhm.
All right. So we as a society, we understand that.
Yep.
You don't got to explain that. You get that. But Legal Shield is the same concept, except it's for attorneys.
Yeah.
And so numbers have showed, it's just some past research, that you're 3 times more likely to be in a legal situation than a healthcare situation. Yeah, you don't have access to the legal system the same way. So you're talking about $300 an hour. Most people are going to check their checkbook before they check their rights. And then I'm like, well, I'll figure it out. But the reality is you are owed that experience. It's not just for a certain class of people.
Yeah.
It's something that everybody should have access to. And
For
so
sure.
when you look at the top 10% of the of society, they can write a check, they got buddies and all that, and then the bottom 10% qualifies for legal aid, but there's the 80% in the middle.
Yeah.
So that's where our focus is. So whether it's for families, individuals, small business owners, employee benefits, right? So we do all of that. We even got gun owner plans, ride share. I mean, there's so many different things. So we're able to serve so many because we know that every individual just doesn't just have a family. Sometimes they have other things going on. They got a business.
Yeah.
And so Legal Shield just makes that process easy. And many, believe it or not, some of my best clients are those that already have a friend that's an attorney, because even they know that one attorney is not enough. There's so many different areas of law. So what happens when something happens in this area? So it was just, for me, it was a smart decision for me to have access, because I knew in the past, I mean, I got a speeding ticket coming back from Detroit.
Yep. I remember this story.
No, this is a new story.
This is a new one. Oh,
It's a new one. This just happened this past summer.
oh, shoot.
I was coming back from Detroit, got pulled over. Officer's like, hey, you was going 84 and 70, got to write your ticket. I'm like, all right. And he says, hey, if you want to fight this, court date's in 3 days. I said, whoa, 3 days? I'm not even from up here. Don't give me no time. He said, that's just the way we do it up here. That's what he said.
Huh.
I said, okay. Well, we have this app,
I got lawyers.
right? We got this app.
Mm-hmm.
And so soon as and this on a Saturday night, I went ahead, took a picture of the ticket, sent it up. Attorney called me first thing Monday. We discussed it. Man, that court date got pushed back. And the attorney went to court in my absence. I ended up with no points. He got it down to a 71 and a 70. So it's like,
71 and a 70?
Yeah. and so, but that's what attorneys can negotiate, right?
Yep.
And it's nationwide coverage. It's not
Yep,
just
it is.
privy just to Cincinnati. And so
Yep.
that's what I love about it. So that's why it's so easy for me to promote it, because it's like everybody is going to have a Legal Shield moment.
Absolutely.
And you're going to know it because something's going to happen. And first off, you won't even know it's an option until you learn that it's an option.
For sure.
I remember this one chick I was sitting down with, and I was showing her information. She said, "This sounds good. I could see myself getting it one day." Okay, cool. Just keep me in mind, right? When something, bro, it wasn't even 3 hours later. She was calling me like, "Sign me up. I just got a ticket."
Oh.
Right? But she would have never known
Right. Right.
that it was an option.
Yep.
So the way I've done my business, and that's the thing, man, in this industry, I think sometimes it gets a bad name because of the way people do it.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm.
And I've always been about educate. Let me educate you on it. Let you know. And if you see it now,
Yeah.
great. If you see it later, great. Whatever.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I just want you to know it's an
It
option. out
it
here,
exists.
right?
Yeah,
It's,
for sure.
it's something that you can get. And so Legal Shield, has so many legs to it. When you look at big like the Boston Red Sox has as an employee benefit.
Nice.
Clear, Dun & Bradstreet, Utah Jazz, right? So you got other, like, even companies and other organizations that see value and they add it as an employee benefit. So there's just so many different ways to do it. And so, I have some people, that's all they do is employee benefits. They just go to companies and they make 6 figures doing that,
Man.
So a person has a choice to do it how they want to do it.
Yeah.
But for some people, they might say, hey, I'm just doing it because, I just extra $1,000 a month allows me to, get rid of this and take care of this. And some people are like, hey, extra 1,000 a week is kind of, helps me to do X, Y, and Z. And then we got some people it's like extra 1,000 a day or more.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's just,
It depends on you.
it depends on you. It depends on the effort that you give. Right.
Yeah.
And so that choice I made, it was just really, I had an experience.
Yep.
They helped me, and it made me easy. It made it easy for me to talk about it. Like, oh yeah, this is, and we do it all the time. You go to a good movie, you go to a good restaurant.
Yep.
What do? You tell people about it. That's what you do. You like to tell people about it, but you don't get paid for it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's different.
It's different.
Yeah.
It's different.
This one different. You get paid.
So this you get a chance to actually be a part of the growth.
Yeah.
So I'm a customer. I always tell people I'm a customer first.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I'm an associate.
That's nice. Man, that's so that's so good.
Because I use it all the time.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So, man, you got two wishes, bro. You got two wishes.
Okay.
These wishes gonna come true.
Okay.
What would be two things that you would wish for?
Two things that I would wish for.
Yep. Whatever you want. God, like, you got it.
That's a tough one, man.
Yeah.
It's a tough one. Two wishes.
You can't wish for more wishes. I got him, y'all. You see how because I know how his mind think. He'd be like, hold on, I use one. I use the other one for 30 more. But you get two.
I would love to create a platform where men can speak openly about their feelings and their emotions, but a safe place.
For sure.
Right? A safe place. And I don't know if that's actually a wish. That's just a thought that just came to my mind.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know that question was coming.
Yeah.
Right.
But I think it's important, though. I think it's important. I mean, I think about my own journey. Listen, bro. Listen, I did some research. Did you know that 75 to 80% of suicides is men? Did you know that?
Man, I didn't know that.
Yeah. In 2023, there was over, I believe it was 30-something thousand men that killed themselves in 1 year alone. And it's mostly because, and they said that the reasonings were loss of employment, relationship, suppressed emotions, right? Those were some of the main, and it's because, no
outlet.
No outlet.
Without being judged.
Without being judged.
Or are you soft?
Right.
It's always that. It's always you soft.
Yeah.
You sassy if you cry or if you know what I mean? That's so stupid to me, bro.
Yeah. But that's a society, right? That's just that becomes a societal norm.
Yeah.
And so having a platform, like if we could free more men in that space.
Okay.
Because I've been that guy. That's why that's why I could talk about it.
Yeah.
I've been a guy like, no, I don't want to share too much.
Yeah.
Right. And then you don't really you just bottle your emotions.
Yep.
And then guess what? What's on the outside is a reflection of what's going on the inside.
For sure.
Bro, I was 260 pounds.
Yeah.
You ain't tell me.
Yeah. You're right.
Right. But again, it's just at the end of the day, it's like having that ability, having that platform where more men could be free because we're meant to lead.
Yep.
Right. But if we're not there,
the whole neighborhood.
So that's one thing. Though.
Okay.
That's one thing that came to mind.
Give me one more.
I'll say probably another one, bro. I wanna travel the world with my family. Yeah.
That's dope.
That's good.
Yeah, travel the world with my family. This is like let's just go.
Let's just go. No restrictions, no financial restrictions.
No.
Let's just go and have a ball.
Let's just go have a ball. Yeah.
So in coming out being an entrepreneur, how has keeping good company helped you in your journey, bro? Like as an entrepreneur?
Yeah. Well, it definitely has helped because, I mean, I just think about this process I had to go through. So the blessing is because I was able to build something, it gave me time to deal with the things I need to deal with personally.
Got you.
I couldn't imagine, me personally,
Yeah.
just talking about me personally,
Yeah.
the things I went through, having to still show up on somebody else's clock telling me what to do, and I need a mental break. I need a mental break. Like I'm about to break. For me. So I feel like I saw that early on because I knew what I went through with UPS, and I was like, moving forward, I got to make sure I'm in a position So if anything else ever happens, it's not like creating other streams of income is not just about getting ahead. It's also about staying afloat.
Yeah, man.
When you need it.
Yeah, man.
Right. So I wanted to build it before I needed it. Because if I can take time, take a mental break, what happens if you have to take care of a loved one?
Yeah.
Right. Or you have to be somebody's caretaker.
Yep.
You know, or just yourself. Like, we live in a society here in America, like there's just really no breaks.
Yeah, you're right.
You know, man, when I was in Canada, I went to visit Canada one time. And again, everybody's got their stuff, right?
Yeah.
I think what's his name? Michael Myers. I think his name, not Michael Myers. I can't think of the guy's name, but he did a documentary on Where Do We Invade Next. I can't even think of the guy's name.
Michael Moore.
Michael Moore. I think it was Michael Moore. Great documentary, by the way.
Okay.
But I remember I went to Canada, and I remember I was talking to this couple, and they just had a baby. And she said, and I don't know if it's still that way, but this is what she told me then. She said, when we have a child, we get a whole year maternity leave.
Oh yeah, that's true.
A whole year.
Where is this?
Canada.
My God.
A whole year maternity leave. Watch this. It could be a maternity leave and a paternal leave. So
for the guy?
Yes.
And you get paid still.
And you still get paid.
That's crazy, bro.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you know, I felt like one of the best things about me keeping good company, it allowed me to not lose it in moments I could have. Right? Because, you know, again, we live in this space, man, and all kind of stuff can be done. All kind of things can be said.
Yeah.
Crazy narratives, all kind of stuff.
Oh yeah.
And so because you're like, you want to crash out or say something.
For sure.
I remember one of my dudes, man, he told me, he said, listen, he said, it takes a long time to build a reputation, but it only takes this much time to lose it. Right?
Out of here.
You know what I mean?
Yep. God.
And so, you know, that's what I'm talking about. Like somebody had to say that to me.
Yeah, for sure.
Like,
keep you on track.
Yeah, no, you good.
Yeah.
My mom told me, she said, when I was going through all of that, she said, your silence is golden. Even though you may feel like it's not, your silence is golden.
So good to have people, man.
Yeah.
To really pour back into you and to keep you on track. You know what I'm saying? And to check you when you wrong. You know what I'm saying? Me and Vern do it. Me and Ken do it. Right? Me and Tone do it. It's like, come on, bro. Like, let's stay accountable. Let's stay on this joint. You know what I'm saying? Get back on whatever it might be. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Let's talk to each other. Let's love on each other. Let's help each other, man. So, man, bro, like, this conversation has been super amazing, bro. Like, and I you know, I know you a super busy dude, bro. And man, we appreciate you taking time out, man, to let us know about Rob Hurst, bro.
Yeah.
And
thanks for having me.
Man, you know what I'm saying? And all the stuff that you've done in your business. Man, before we get out, bro, you know, shout out to our sponsor, Good Company. You know what I'm saying? Vern, you grab that up. Yup, that red joint. Man, we wanna bless you, you know what I'm saying, with some good company, because you are good company. You've always been good company to me. You know what I'm saying? And man, we you know, we got something that probably ain't even coming out, bro. But that's from Good Company, man. That's from us, bro. Man, thank you know what I'm saying? I know your size. Yes, sir. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
That's that sweatshirt.
Man,
that's
I
that
was just
joint.
saying yesterday, like, I need something red.
Oh, look.
I need something red.
Look at God.
Yeah.
All right.
That guy.
Man, before we get out of here, bro, we love you, man. We appreciate you, bro. You always been my brother.
Yeah.
And you know, I done jumped back into this music thing. So I might be hitting you up.
Let's go.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's go.
To get up to hit them drums again for me.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? I got my videographer, my brother Vern, you know, coming up on me and K Drama's versus battle next Saturday, December 13th.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? At Agape Love. Look, I'm hitting the stage again, December 13th. 6 p.m. The doors open at 6 p.m. We doing a toy drive, man. And so it's about, you know, just, man, we want to be a blessing. We want to give back. So $10 at the door, man. You know, bring a toy if you can. It's December 13th. Me and K Drama, we going up. Agape Love Ministries. It's on Reading Road. Google that. It's gonna be crazy. Come out, support your bros. And man, let them know where they can find you at on social media.
Yeah, man.
All that, man.
Yeah.
In case they want to get hooked up with Legal Shield, which you definitely should if you got a business. Even if you don't got a business, this is something we need. I got it. I love it. I'm about to get something trademarked here in a few.
Okay.
And it costs.
We're doing free trademarks, by the way.
You get one free trademark a year, right?
Yep.
Bro, you get your company logo, whatever trademark, you get one a year for free. I'm about to do another trademark. So
we do trust now too.
Oh,
Trust. Yeah, trust. Yeah. Trust, wheels, the whole nine. Yeah.
Bro, let them know, bro.
Yeah. So you can find me on just look for Rob Hurst, right? Rob Hurst on Facebook or Instagram. I got some stuff coming though. I got some stuff coming. That's why I was talking about the social media. I finally said, let me get locked in.
Yeah.
So be on the watch. I got some stuff coming. Got a website coming, all kind of stuff happening.
Okay. So is it just Rob Hurst or Rob _ like how?
No, Rob Hurst. So
okay.
Yeah, it's just Rob Hurst. Well, actually on Instagram.
The connector, right?
Rob, yeah. No, because that got hacked.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So it's Rob Hurst online. Yeah,
okay.
Rob Hurst online.
Rob Hurst online.
Yeah.
Well, man, thank you, brother. We love you. We appreciate you, man. And you always my bro.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
Yes,
I appreciate everything you done, bro. For me personally, especially in those struggle days.
Yeah, man.
You hooked me up, man, with prepaid legal at the time and now Legal Shield.
Yeah.
And I still got it to this day, bro. So I trust you. And man, get locked in with my bro Rob. You know what I'm saying? He's doing amazing things. Honorable guy, you know what I'm saying? Integrity, follows you, you know what I'm saying? You always been a 100 guy, stand up guy for me. So I love you, bro. So
all right, love you too.
Man, yep, that's our time. We love y'all. We need y'all to get it together so that we can get it together.
Let's go.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yo, man, if you appreciated this episode of Get It Together and you really want to bless me, LCSS me, like, comment, share, and subscribe. We appreciate y'all. Ha!